This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
We're back. Let's go to Duane Toews and Gerardo Rodriguez and learn about new U.S. meat products offered to Mexican consumers.
Duane Toews joining you once again on the program. An opportunity to catch up with Gerardo Rodriguez with the U.S. Meat Export Federation. Gerardo, we think about the work that the organization does around the world, but specifically in Mexico, which is where you work. Talk a little bit about the U.S. Meat Export Federation and the relationships that you've built through the years with customers in Mexico.
Thank you very much for this interview, first of all. I'm based in the city of Monterey, and I am the director for Mexico, Central America, and the Dominican Republic, which is 8 countries. In the case of Mexico, which we have been a long-term relationship with our key contacts and importers for 1994, since we started the NAFTA, this relationship has been growing and growing since then. We are confident that now with the USMCA agreement, I know for sure that it's going to keep improving on the market. Now, Mexico is expanding on the consumption per capita. It is expanding. We're expanding the region. We're expanding on the products. Just to give you an example on this new product development, on this expansion that we are very aggressively targeting the Mexican market is we work together with different process companies in Mexico. And in the last 12 months, we developed 8 to 10 different products that they didn't exist in the market in January 2019. So in the last 12 months, we have been launching products for all different segments, for all different channels. Actually, one of the products that we're launching is healthy snacks on pork products that are being sold in the convenience stores. So we are reaching now, this is a new way of selling pork in the convenience stores, which is basically a channel that we were not very working with in the past, right? So that is just one example among many others of examples that we are developing new products in the market in which we are willing to find the ways how can we keep U.S. pork and U.S. beef being the center of the plate for the Mexican and Central America consumers.
Well, it's a different market product-wise in terms of taste and selection than maybe what we see sometimes in a U.S. grocery store. But understanding your consumer, ultimate goal of U.S. Meat Export Federation to get that product to their table.
Yes, in the case of pork, for example, of the total amount of pork being exported to Mexico, 63% is just one product, which is bone-in hams. So we want that this one product, well, number one is we want to expand the percentage of other items being exported. We want to develop new opportunities on loin. What can we do on loin? And loin, it is another item, it's another cut that we are very aggressively developing new markets and new ways of promoting and selling pork. But once again, we want just to be a commodity. We're much more than that. Why is that? Because of the quality, because of the consistency, because of the attributes on the products makes a very different in quality in the product. So we are just more than just a raw material. We are much more, and that's the reason we can develop so many other things. In the case of beef, we also work with the underutilized cuts. We work a lot with the chuck. We work a lot with the rounds, all different kind of cuts that they're not very much popular in the United States, let's say. How can we find these other markets a better niche, more profitable for the producers? This is the case of variety meats, specifically tripe, beef tripe. We call it menudo. The menudo, it is kind of a soup with the tripe, in which we can see the growth tremendously from 2018 compared to 2019.
reaching consumers in Mexico and how they buy product is changing there, just like it is in the U.S., though, as well.
Definitely. The change, the evolution on the way they're buying the products is completely different in the last 3 years. We have seen the growth in the e-commerce, the way they, and it's not only the retail chains with the .com. It is third-party companies that are offering the service of doing the groceries for you, and they take it to your place with no problem at all. So this is very convenient for the people. So it has some goods. It has some other things that we need to adapt on this new way of people buying my products, and how I am going to be able to develop that message and education on my products. How do I want them to use my products, how they can better cook it, and all the things that we want to keep in a message, in a constant communication with the consumers. It is making an evolution, and we're shifting towards that end.
Our thanks to Gerardo Rodriguez, Director of Mexico and Central America for the U.S. Meat Export Federation, joining us on the program. Jamie, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Duane. Come back after the break and meet the Kershens, one of Kansas Farm Bureau's Farm Families of the Year.